So if you've noticed that your dizziness gets worse the moment that you start to feel anxious, or that a small symptom suddenly turns into something much bigger, and you found yourself wondering, am I making this worse somehow? Then this video is for you, because this is one of the most common and most misunderstood parts of chronic dizziness. And I want to say this clearly from the start. Number one is it's not all anxiety. Anxiety isn't the only cause of chronic dizziness or isn't the only contributor. And you're not causing this. And you're not doing anything wrong as such. Okay, so let me explain what I mean. Because what often happens is that dizziness and anxiety can become linked over time. And once that connection forms, it can start to be like a loop that you feel like you can't get rid of. Now, for many people, this started with an initial onset. It might have been a vertigo episode, like a vestibular migraine or vestibular neuritis, or it may have been a period of stress, like unexpected, unexplained stress, or maybe explained stress. But even after the original trigger has passed, your system can stay on a higher alert. And this is where that loop begins. So let's walk through what this actually looks like. You feel a sensation, a very unpleasant sensation. Maybe it's a full vertigo, maybe it's movement, maybe it's that off feeling, and your brain responds. Something's not right. And instantly, your body shifts. Your breathing changes, your system becomes more alert, your attention sharpens, because your brain is trying to protect you. Okay, and when your system becomes more alert, your symptoms feel stronger. And so then the dizziness increases, which makes the brain even more concerned, which it makes sense, right? And the cycle continues. Something else starts to happen as part of this too. Without you consciously choosing it, your attention gets pulled inward and you start noticing more, checking more. Not because you're doing something wrong, okay, but because your brain is trying to keep you safe. And the more attention is pulled toward the sensation, often the louder that sensation feels. So a helpful way to think about this is like the old smoke alarm that goes off and it becomes to something that it shouldn't. It becomes too sensitive. It goes off even when there is no real danger. Okay, who's burnt toast? When then the alarm goes off and it's real. Okay, but the sound is so loud, it makes everything feel more urgent, more intense, which then keeps the system switched on. Okay, so, and just to be really clear, this isn't about something being wrong with you. Your body is not betraying you. Your system is trying to protect you. Okay, it just becomes overprotective. And that loop makes complete sense given what your system has been through, what the past experiences have been taught it. And recognizing that, it actually is the first step, or one of, to get out of all of this. The good news here is that it can change, and it often does, because if your brain has learned this connection, it can also learn something different. And it does, it often does. So the next time that you start to notice that spike, you just try to pause, even for a moment, and gently recognize, this is that loop that Vicky was talking about. Not something to fight, not something to fix in that moment, just something that your system has learned. And that we can start to gently shift over time, okay? Because you're not stuck in this, okay? And you're not doing it all wrong with how you're currently doing it. So if this resonates, there's some resources in my website, dizzyresolve.com, or you can check out the links below to get started. And if you've noticed that your symptoms feel worse in busy places like supermarkets, shopping centers, when there's a lot going on visually around you, well, that's exactly what we're going to walk through in the next video. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it, and I will see you there.
The information provided in this video is for general educational purposes only and is not intended as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the guidance of your physician or other qualified health professional with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition or treatment, and never disregard professional medical advice or delay seeking it because of something you have seen or heard on Dizzy Resolve.